In a previous video, I talked about 0 being the speed limit of digital audio. In digital audio, 0 is the absolute maximum amount of volume inside of the audio system. That means that when you're recording audio, like this waveform, the simple waveform that we used before, the top and the bottom of that waveform should be captured as loud as possible without going over 0. 0 is represented by these black lines on the top. Now, if you go past 0 at any time during the recording or the processing of digital audio, what happens is known as clipping. And let's see what that looks like inside of Cubase. Here's an audio track inside of Cubase that was recorded properly using techniques to maximize the signal-to-noise ratio. In other words, the peak and the valley of that audio waveform never exceed 0. They get very, very close to 0, but they never actually go over. Now, what happens to the waveform when you either record or you process that information over 0? Well, what happens is the peaks of those waves get cut off. They actually get sliced right off. In other words, they get clipped off, and that's where the term clipping came from. The audio information that used to be there has been clipped off, and this is now distortion. And it's not a good sounding distortion. It's a very fuzzy, awful distortion, and you just don't ever want to induce clipping. So always make sure that you never go over the speed limit of digital audio, which is 0. Now, I'm sure some of you might be thinking, yeah, but I normalize all my waves, and that's not a good thing to do. Let's talk about normalizing and why you shouldn't use it.